G'day, it's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Dowling from the website and YouTube channel, Kangaroo Court of Australia. Now, opposition leader Peter Dutton lost his seat of Dixon at the election on Saturday, the 3rd of May 2025. And the media are reporting that he lost it to Ali France, Labor candidate, but they're not reporting how he lost it and the background details. So I've just published an article on it, and I'll read out that article. And it's titled How Peter Dutton Lost the Seat of Dixon. It was published on Thursday, the 8th of May 2025, and it starts off, Peter Dutton was meant to be safe from losing his seat of Dixon, and both the Labor Party and the Liberal Party didn't think otherwise until a few weeks before the election on the 3rd of May. News.com reported on Wednesday, the 7th of May, 5 days before voters in Queensland terminated Peter Dutton's political career, Liberal Party director Andrew Hurst sounded the alarm. Peter should spend every cent he's got. He warned of the threat that Labor could steal his seat of Dixon. It was the first time there was any serious inkling he was in strife in the seat, which he had occupied for 24 years. The Liberals had previously polled the seat, and he had a 55 to 45 lead. The campaign director said that Labor was spending big on digital ads in Dixon. That could only mean one thing. The threat was real, and Labor believed they had a real chance of flipping the seat. I followed the campaigning and Peter Dutton's seat of Dixon closely since September last year, and there is no doubt that the Community Independent campaign and their candidate, Ali Smith, played a big role and possibly a decisive role in removing Peter Dutton. So, on that basis, it is important to report what happened behind the scenes with the three key candidates, which were the Liberals' Peter Dutton, Labor's Ali France, and Community Independent Ali Smith. There are two key issues. Firstly, did Community Independent Ali Smith entering the race help create an environment which put the seat of Dixon in play? And secondly, did Ali Smith's preferences help Ali France win? Community Independent Ali Smith enters the race for the seat of Dixon. In September 2024, I noticed that Dixon Decides had set up a website and started raising money and planning to run a candidate in Peter Dutton's seat of Dixon. I knew they would get support from around the country, and I published a video and posted the below message on Twitter to promote the video, which I'll put up on screen now. What the Twitter message on screen now and the video show is that the movement to unseat Peter Dutton was in play long before others thought it was, because community independents, in their short history, have a record of giving seats a real shake, and with Dutton potentially losing his seat, it meant it was game on, and supporters would rally from all over Australia, which is what happened. The Dixon Decides group were the ones driving the new movement to unseat Dutton. But it's worth noting for supporters of the Kangaroo Court of Australia website and YouTube channel that KCA and its supporters played a part in promoting the movement to get rid of Dutton from early on. In early January 2025, Dixon Decides, who are the organising body behind the Dixon Community Independent, announced their candidate launch on the 27th of January 2025, where they named Ali Smith as their candidate. The election was on the 3rd of May, so it only left 3 months to campaign, which is not long, especially when Peter Dutton held his seat for 24 years, and Labor's Ali France had also run in 2019 and 2022 election. So both were very well known to voters in Dixon. There is no doubt if Ali Smith had longer to campaign, she would have done better. But what is obvious is when she entered the race, it changed the dynamics of the candidates in the seat and put it in play. I said in January 2025 in an article, my guess is if the Dixon Votes Community Independent can get 20,000 votes, there will be a big chance of winning with preferences. I think if Ali France was ever going to win the seat, she would have won in the last 2 elections she ran. But in saying that, if the Community Independent doesn't win, then Ali France would have to be a bigger show than the past 2 elections to get over the line with preferences. I don't support Labor nor Ali France, but if she is elected, at least she's getting rid of Peter Dutton, which is a good thing. On the 10th of April, I published an article titled Peter Dutton Spends $40,000 to attack independent Ali Smith with lies, which starts off, Peter Dutton is obviously worried about losing his seat to independent Ali Smith and has attacked her with lies in a mail out to all voters in his seat of Dixon, and has put up at least 1 billboard with the same lies at an estimated cost of $40,000. Ali Smith went from announcing her candidacy at the end of January to having Peter Dutton so concerned a couple of months later, he was spending $40,000 to attack her with lies. On the 13th of April, I published an article titled Peter Dutton set to lose his seat of Dixon. Poll says with Labor to spend another $130,000 in Dixon. which starts off, Peter Dutton will lose his seat of Dixon, with a new poll finding Labor's Ellie Francis ahead of Peter Dutton by 52 to 48 on a two-party preferred basis. And the Labor Party have their own polling, which they claim shows they are in with a chance of winning. That has motivated them to spend another $130,000 in Dutton's seat of Dixon. Less than a month from the election, Labor decided to spend $130,000 on a seat they didn't think they had a chance of winning only weeks before. What changed? Ellie Smith was a game changer because Labor's polling would have told them that Ellie Smith was taking votes off Dutton, which she did, and that would put the seat in play and give Ellie Francis a chance to beat Dutton. Did Ellie Smith's preferences help Ellie Francis win? Labor's Ellie Francis has won the seat at her third attempt and currently has a 2.3% swing to her and has received 31,576 first preference votes to Peter Dutton's 32,589 first preference votes, and votes are still being counted. Ellie Francis won with preferences, and with community independent Ellie Smith receiving 11,593 votes, it looks like a large percentage of her votes went to Ellie Francis when preferences were counted, with Ellie Francis currently on 50,994 votes after preferences, and Peter Dutton on 40,926 votes. How the vote would have gone if Ellie Smith had not run, no one knows. But I doubt very much Labor or the Liberals would have spent as much campaigning in the seat as they did if Ellie Smith had not run, as they would have both thought Dutton was certain to win. I think the best case scenario for Ellie Francis, with no Ellie Smith in the contest, is she would have just scraped over the line to beat Peter Dutton. Ellie Francis certainly wouldn't be winning by 10,000 votes after preferences, which she currently is. Yes, Ellie Francis might still have won, but she could have lost as well, which would have meant Peter Dutton was still in politics. There's a lot of guesswork in the article, as the final numbers still aren't in. But I thought it was important to write the article, as it is not often political leaders lose their seats. It is also important to add Ellie Smith and Dixon decides roles to the story, as they are mostly being left out of the discussion of how Peter Dutton lost his seat when they played a positive role in making sure Dutton lost. Just for the record, it's not a case of Labor having a big win, but more the Liberals having a big loss because of their extremely poor election campaign, candidates and policies driving voters elsewhere. But I'll have more to say on that soon. So that adds a lot more information to the discussion that's being had, how Ellie Francis won. Ellie Francis should be happy. She should be proud. She ran 3 times. She's gotten over the line. She's won the seat. But Ellie Smith and Dixon Decide should also be proud. They helped remove Peter Dutton, who was a blight on Australian politics, a fraudster, a thief, billions of dollars funneled to his mates. Peloton, $538 million. Canstruct, $1.8 billion. Dodgy companies who won government contracts, and they should have never won those contracts when they had no assets, no website, no staff. It was all garbage. It was all a fraud, and everyone knows it. Peloton had a head office in a beach shack on Kangaroo Island, and they're just 2 examples of the fraud Peter Dutton was involved in. And he was nothing more than a puppet for Gina Rinehart and Rupert Murdoch anyhow. Now make sure you visit my website, Kangaroo Court of Australia, and you can read that article. You can click on the links there with further information. And please do your bit to help shine a light on corruption and share this video on social media. And please hit the like and subscribe button and notification button. That way you get notified every time I publish a new video. And Kangaroo Court of Australia is independent media. I publish a website and a YouTube channel. And I'm 100% crowdfunded from viewers like yourself. So please support my Patreon account or PayPal account. You can donate any amount, $3, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, whatever suits your budget. It all helps you out in a big way. And the link for the Patreon account and PayPal account are below this video on YouTube. Or you can go to my website, Kangaroo Court of Australia, and click on the donations page. And there's further donation options on there. Other than that, thank you for your time and have a good day.